Hi, I'm Kevin Rutherford. Welcome to RG's Talent Tips. Today I'm going to show you how to identify your conflict style to improve your leadership. While there are a lot of definitions for the word conflict, I like to define it as conflict occurs when two or more people attempt to occupy the same space at the same time. Now, that space can be physical, psychological, or emotional when perceptions, beliefs, and values differ. But no matter what the setting is, conflict is inevitable, since people have different viewpoints. Now, that being said, let's dive right in. The activities I'm about to share are ones that we typically use in our leadership coaching and our training programs. Combined, they are one of the quickest and best ways to help you, whether you're either a formal or informal leader, to identify and improve your ability to manage disagreement and conflict. Before we start the exercises, I think it's important to provide a little bit of context, not theory, but a little bit of context that can help shape your thinking. People will be people, meaning that they carry personal perceptions into the workplace, and they will view the needs of the organization differently through their own lens. Since conflict is natural, your goal as the leader is to minimize or eliminate dysfunctional disagreements and seek constructive resolutions. Everyone must be involved in order to reduce the breeding ground of conflict. Solutions reached through shared responsibility are usually more acceptable and pragmatic than those that are imposed from above. Further, I want to reinforce one extremely important point, and that point is simply this: not all conflict is bad. Actually, conflict can be healthy. In fact, conflict is a natural part of work life. Dealing with confrontation creatively can strengthen rather than destroy work relationships. It is a leader's job, it's their job to work within the debate to find the best way forward. One of the most valuable skills in handling or resolving conflict issues is the art of creative fighting, or as I like to call it, learning how to fight right. Clearing the air and getting disagreements out in the open can help groups come to terms with long-standing ailments. The important consideration to process is that conflict effectively and efficiently needs to be focused upon. Whether the outcome of the conflict issue is positive or negative is almost totally determined by the way it is managed. What does that mean? That's you. Some conflict issues are more easily managed than others. Your style or your way of dealing with and resolving conflict issues is a key piece in being a great leader. Most leaders adopt certain preferred ways of dealing with conflict. I know I did early in my career. Unfortunately, what I see today is oftentimes too many leaders operate out of one preferred conflict style. Each of us has access to what I would call several conflict management styles, but we tend to use one or two styles most often and exclude other styles that could be more effective in a specific situation. Okay, now that we've got some context, let's get started by doing 3 conflict exercises in succession. You're going to need a quiet place to think and reflect, so I suggest that you retire to the privacy of either your home or your office, close the door where you can be free of distractions. Also, it's important to not download everything at once. Only download the worksheet for the exercise you are doing, because each one builds on the other. So, for exercise 1, I want you to stop the video and download the Conflict Styles Questionnaire. Once you do that, come back. Now that you've downloaded the Conflict Styles Questionnaire, read the instructions carefully and complete the self-assessment instrument and then the scoring sheet. After you finish the scoring sheet, it will highlight your preferred styles of dealing with conflict issues. For exercise 2, you can stop the video now and download the Conflict Management Styles Overview worksheet. Go ahead and do that now. Now that you've downloaded it and looked at it, you can see that it explains in more detail each of the styles listed in your scoring sheet. Review those descriptions of each of the 5 major styles and then identify your what I call go-to and little used preferences when managing disagreement or conflict. Also, as you read through it, remember that nothing is inherently right or wrong with any of these styles. Each can be appropriate and most effective depending on the situation, the issues to resolve, and more importantly, the personalities involved. Now for the final exercise, I want you to download the worksheet, Assessing Your Conflict Management Styles. Go ahead and download that now. Now as you've downloaded it, you can see that there are 10 questions that are provided for self-reflection, and these are there for you to map your personal development. Read through each of these and jot down your answers to those questions. Then reread it and highlight areas that you think you may need more work on your part to be more successful. Now, I'm a big believer in the idea that the more reflective you are, the more effective you are. By taking the time to reflect and understand how a particular conflict management style really affects your ability to resolve conflict, you can then build on the art of fighting right and, more importantly, leveraging a powerful people-moving skill. Leadership is a never-ending quest for betterment, and this developmental activity is intended to remind you that the most effective leaders adapt their style based on the situation. It's about choosing to remain calm and centered in any storm, to act with dignity and elegance in the midst of anger and chaos, to walk confidently and compassionately through the emotional battlefields. Okay, so let's summarize. Conflict or tension is universal, and the need to manage it is also deeply human. Great leaders ask themselves every day how they can push the organization, the team, or an individual or individuals and inject tension to get the best out of everyone. Done well, addressing conflict head-on and then fighting right brings out the best of human capacity. Focus on yourself so that you can help others achieve balance, direction, perspective, and renewed commitment toward the common good. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something that you can apply right away. If you did and want more, please subscribe to our channel below and check out our website for even more content, handouts, and free tools that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. Until next time.